Hello everyone, this is Carl from Rensburg here, and today we'll be taking a look at the top 5 ways Christians compromise their walk with Christ. This list is not meant to discourage anyone or condemn anyone for that matter, but to rather encourage believers to take a long, honest look at their own lives and seek the help of Christ and a local, solid church to aid them in their individual paths in the faith. So starting off at number 5, we have secret sins. Many of us have these, but that doesn't make them any less destructive. From addictions to pride, to greed, to gluttony, we all have our own struggles in life, but we're supposed to bring them into the light so that we can deal with our issues and get the support of other believers. When sin is kept in the dark, it thrives. Secret sin ruins the life of a believer and should be avoided at all costs. Number 4, bad company. As the old saying goes, bad company corrupts good character. When associating with people who engage in unrepentant sin and nefarious activities, we'll inevitably be caught in a predicament and a crossroads with our faith. It's always good to be a friend of sinners and to encourage the lost towards Christ, but we need to keep our hearts pure and uncontaminated from the world in order to reach out to it in love and grace. Number 3, Lone Ranger. Once again, we're not judging those who have been hurt by the church and find it very hard to associate with a close circle of believers again, especially with the unfortunate amount of hypocrisy within the body. However, we also do believe that it's just as destructive to try and do things in the faith on your own as you without the covering of other believers and a good team of elders, and it will be much harder to keep strong in your faith and free from false beliefs. Number 2, sexual sin. One of the biggest compromises and also the hardest sin to avoid. Come on, let's be honest now. Sexual sin destroys our testimony the most, as sexual purity is one of the fundamental tenets of the Christian faith. Thousands of people are caught in sins involving lust, and with the ever-expanding amount of perversion on the internet, this is a sin that's more difficult than ever to avoid and keep yourself pure from. A body of believers to support a person caught in the struggle is imperative for those who want to break free from the sin of lust. And the number 1 compromise is unbelief. Not believing in God's grace and His promises is the single biggest mistake you can make as a Christian. This is the hardest one for me as well, due to my struggles with agnosticism in my early teens and hatred towards God in my later years. Thankfully, I know God's grace is real and Jesus' sacrifice is sufficient to cover all sins, even if it's really hard to believe that He's even there at times. I want to encourage everyone who struggle with unbelief to not be discouraged, but to know that He is real and is always there for us. Nothing can separate us from the love of Jesus. Be still and know that He is God. So that was my video on the top 5 ways Christians compromise their walk with Christ. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments, and please feel free to add your own 2 cents and add ways in which you may have compromised your faith. Please tell us your own personal testimony. I'd love to hear it. Add stuff that you feel led to add. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys again next week with some more content right here on KBRX.